So hello and welcome to the Focus Fridays Focus Series with the KU Alumni Association, specifically our very own Student Alumni Network. My name is Paige Freeman and I serve as the Director of Student Programs for the KU Alumni Association. And today for this session, I will serve as your moderator, presenting to you all the financial farewells with the Central Bank of the Midwest. So before we get started, we just wanted to just share some information about what it is that you all as our active users can expect from this session and to provide just a brief overview of what our Focus Fridays virtual content series even is. And so Focus Fridays is an initiative created for the Student Alumni Network to provide current KU students with a focus series that shares helpful information, opportunities, and resources from local and campus community organizations and departments that serve current students. The Focus Friday series will continue to be offered virtually, so no worries, we will not be going anywhere. And you all, as our users, can expect for us to drop new content every month on the first and last Friday. So for this session today, you can expect this session to highlight one of our very own partners, the Central Bank of the Midwest. The Central Bank of the Midwest, just to shed a little bit more highlight about what this campus and community organization is, Central Bank of the Midwest has been serving and servicing the Kansas City area since the early 2000s and moved to the Lawrence community in 2015 with the acquisition of the Douglas County Bank. So Central Bank of the Midwest became the community banking partner of the University of Kansas just in August of 2022. And the bank provides financial services across all aspects of the financial industry, ranging from everyday retail, banking to wealth management and commercial leading. So today for this session, we have Central Bank's very own Adam Holmes, who serves as the banking center manager here at the University of Kansas, located in the Kansas Memorial Union. And Adam has been with Central Bank for 6.5 years, starting in the Lawrence Resource Pool. And Adam did attend the University of Kansas, majoring in microbiology. So that's super exciting that we are getting to learn and speak with our very own Jay Hop. Just for context, you all, while this session is a pre-recorded session, no worries, Adam's contact information will be shared at the end. And that way, if there is further outreach that you all would like to make to our partners with Central Bank of the Midwest, you all can do so. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our interview with lovely Adam here. So Adam, how about you just get started by telling us just a little bit more about yourself and the Central Bank of the Midwest as KU's official on-campus banking provider.
Thank you, Paige. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, so my name's Adam Holmes. I recently accepted the manager position at the KU Union. So I've been here on campus for about a month. But like Paige mentioned, I've been with the bank as a whole for a little over 6.5 years, mostly working in the Lawrence market. So I'm very familiar with Lawrence. As she said, I attended the University of Kansas. So love being back on campus, love the energy. So I'm just super excited to be here. But yeah, so we became the proud community banking partner of KU in August of 22, revamped the bank in the Union. So we're on the 4th floor, right in the entryway. So come on in and see us if you have any questions or want to come in and chat. But yeah, so we're just super happy to be involved with the community, working closely with the business school and the Alumni Association, doing tailgates and activation events and some financial education services. So I'm just super excited to be kind of wholly involved with the campus community.
Absolutely, Adam. And I think it's pretty fascinating, one, that you all are our official banking provider for KU, but then that you're also housed in our very own Kansas Union, which is, in my opinion, one of the most high traffic, prominent student spaces. And with that, I just want you to maybe share a little bit more about this location, but also maybe how did the thought become for you all to want to even come back and you particularly serve your very own community that you learned and grew from, but also what is the overall purpose of the partnership between Central Bank and KU as two different organizations?
Yeah, so the overall goal of our partnership is to help students and help the faculty and KU community with all aspects of their financial life, whether they're starting their first account coming to school, or if it's a faculty member um, needing financial services and other advice. So that's our main goal in the partnership. And then just to have fun, just be a fun presence on campus, give the students activities, prizes, some swag at tailgates and events like at Westco Beach and things like that. So just to be involved, be known, be the fun bank, but then also, yeah, provide those financial services to the students and faculty. So at the bank, it's myself and we have three student interns that service the branch. So they help from setting up the account, doing customer service issues, financial education. So yeah, kind of wholly helping students and faculty with their daily banking and then just giving some services as well.
I love how you put that wholly helping. I love it. I love it. So when it comes to helping, I think one thing that's very important is that our users know that you all serve all audiences within our community. So students, staff, faculty, and yeah, student staff and our faculty can essentially bank with you all as an official banker. So maybe with this being a student audience, could you talk to us about what are the benefits to students banking with a on-campus banking option versus someone that is in our local community?
Yeah, so one thing for the students definitely is just convenience. Having a location on campus as opposed to needing to travel away to go to a branch is very convenient for students. Whether their travel issues are vehicle limitations or just class schedule, I know personally I didn't have much time to leave during banking hours to go get help or make a deposit. So convenience is definitely a factor. And then another big thing is it's scary coming to college. You're out on your own for the first time. You may be a couple states away from your family. Uh, so I know for myself, I didn't have much experience or knowledge managing a checking account, let alone knowing how to save. So having a physical location on campus with multiple bankers available can give some peace of mind knowing that if an issue arises, they're not alone. They can come here. We've got actual physical people that can help out.
Right, so that you're not talking to a screen. I love that you all also have peers that can help their fellow peers with learning more about financial literacy and just education as current students. It makes me think about all of the myths that are associated with banking, the banking industry. There's so many myths that you also hear as a college student. Don't get this credit card. Don't open this account. So, what do you believe are common, I would say, banking industry myths that you want to maybe combat, or that is Central Bank's focus of just wanting to get the word out and shifting that narrative with our community about those myths?
But yeah, Paige, you hit on it in your question. Credit is definitely a big myth and misnomer, especially with the younger generation. Um, Credit and credit cards get a bad connotation a lot of times. And it is easy to get in trouble if you do open a credit card, but they're not inherently bad. They are very, very good to establish credit and to start building credit. So it's something for students definitely to think about starting credit early because I know a lot of people say, hey, if you don't have the money, don't buy it. It sounds good in theory, but I don't know too many people who have $30,000 just laying around to buy a car or $400,000 to buy a house. So you're going to need a loan and you're going to need to have that established credit history. So establishing credit is definitely something that we try to educate students on and young people. And one of the ways that we help with that is if they are nervous and unsure about getting a credit card is we offer a secured credit card. which uses a savings account as collateral. So if there is an instance where someone can't pay back, we have that savings account that can pay those charges. So they're not out all of that money and all of a sudden in a bunch of credit card debt. But then it still reports to all three credit bureaus like a normal credit card would. So it starts building that credit right away. And then a second kind of myth has to do with savings accounts and earning interest. Traditional savings accounts nowadays don't really have any high yielding interest. It's less than 0.1% usually. You'll be lucky to get 0.1. Those kind of interest-bearing products have moved more towards the investment side than stocks and bonds. So nowadays, traditional savings accounts are more for protection of your funds in your checking account. Debit card fraud is running rampant nowadays. So it's important to keep the bulk of your money in a savings account away from your checking and debit card in case a fraud situation does happen.
Absolutely. And speaking of these different accounts, are there any specific accounts that are more applicable to students right now that Central Bank has to offer?
Yeah, so we do have savings accounts that have no fees for lower account balances. So, and they have features such as round up savings that can use debit card purchases to round up to the nearest dollar and help transfer that to savings accounts with students. So, yeah, there are a few products that we can use to help establish a savings account.
Absolutely. So there, you have it, students. If you are interested in learning more about checking or savings accounts, Central Bank, as our very own banking provider, does have some specific ones to help you meet your financial goals. So, with that, Adam, what would you say are three takeaways that you want to share with our users in the area of financial literacy or planning that you think will be helpful for people to know as students are getting ready to transition for summer break, possibly looking for internships or seeking employment? What do you think are three things you want to share with our users?
Yeah, so the first thing would be establishing the credit. That is very important and near and dear to my heart. So thinking about credit, establishing credit early. But a couple things that you can do in the immediate, especially for summer, would be to open a savings account and then using your summer paychecks, trying to put more in the savings than you put in the checking. Speaking from experience, those summer paychecks look very nice, and it's very tempting to want to spend all of that. But then you come to the fall semester and you don't have any money for college. So yeah, start a savings account, try to keep as much in there as you can, and then trying to start a budget. Budgeting's hard, it takes practice. So if you can try to start doing a budget early to get that experience, and then yeah, using that budget in your savings account to try to save for the fall semester.
Absolutely. So, Adam, to wrap up this session, where can viewers learn more about the resources, services, and possibly even involvement opportunities that Central Bank does provide to the community? Is it visiting you all in the union? Is there a online website that people can go to?
Yeah, so we would love you all to come to the Union on the fourth floor, Jayhawk Boulevard. You all know where it's at. Come and see us. We like to have a good time. We have some swag out here we can give you. But then at centralbank.net, our website, we have a learning center that's available for everybody. You don't need to be a Central Bank customer, but it has information about all aspects of your financial life and learning resources that you can go to for financial information as well.
Well, there you have it, Jayhawks. You have heard from very best, our very own KU banking provider, the Central Bank of the Midwest, and AKA Adam said it, the fun banking option. For me personally, have just been able to work with you all. They are the fun banking option, and you make it fun to learn about financial literacy and planning. So thank you for all that you all are doing for our community. And thanks for sharing this information and being a guest speaker on our virtual Focus Fridays content series. So thank you, Adam. As a reminder, everyone, our Focus Friday session will launch on the first and final Friday of every month with a different topic highlighting a different campus or a community partner and what they provide to our community. If you would like to learn more or revisit this session, feel free to check out our website at kualumni.org/student alumni network. And if you have any questions about the Focus Friday series, please do not hesitate to reach out by calling or emailing the KU Alumni Association at kualumni.org. Thanks again, everybody, and rock chop.